Hey everybody, and welcome to Long Story Short with Uncle Jeff. Today we will be continuing in the exciting story of the Gatewatch. It's time for Ixalan. When we last left our heroes, they had just suffered a great defeat at the hands of Nicol Bolas. Bolas allowed them to live for some unknown reason, so they all planeswalked away. Most of them planeswalked to Dominaria, which is where they had planned to meet up with Johnny. But not Jace. He had to erase his mind to protect himself from Bolas, and as a result, he planeswalked away to an unknown location. Jace wakes up on an island in the middle of an ocean. Jace is on the plane of Ixalan, but he doesn't know it. Jace doesn't even know that he is Jace. After exploring the island for a little while, Jace starts to realize that he has magical powers. Jace doesn't know how his powers work or what they do, so he begins testing them. Eventually, he attempts to planeswalk away. Jace disappears into the blind eternities for a moment before getting sucked back down to Ixalan. This has never happened before, but Jace doesn't know that. In fact, he doesn't even know what he tried to do didn't work because Jace doesn't know how planeswalking works. But Jace does know that whatever he did is exhausting, so Jace falls asleep. Jace is really tired right now, so we're going to let him have some rest. In the meantime, I'm going to tell you about some other cool people on Ixalan. This lady's name is Hotley? I think it's Hotley. Man, that name is a disaster. I wish she had a name we could all pronounce, like Chandra. Anyways, Hotley is one of the Sun Empire's dinosaur knights, and she battles pirates and vampires, and honestly, is she not the coolest person ever? I mean, she rides friggin' dinosaurs, people. Dinosaurs! Hotley is also a good speaker, which is really convenient because the Sun Empire's greatest honor is the title of Warrior Poet. Hotley is real psyched about getting this title, and she's really close. She only needs one or two good battles to get her there. One day, Hotley's out fighting pirates when this dude shows up. His name is Angrath, and he's a planeswalker. Angrath was just touring the multiverse, putting out the vibe, doing the usual, when he stopped by Ixalan and he got trapped there. Angrath believes that the key to escaping Ixalan is something called the Immortal Sun, a mythological artifact from the lost city of Orazca. Angrath demands that Hotley tell him everything she knows about Orazca, but Hotley does not negotiate with terrorists. So Angrath gets angry and totally kicks Hotley's butt, and is about to kill her, and Hotley's like, crap on a cracker, if I die, I'll never become the warrior poet. And then her spark ignites, and she totally planeswalks away. And then she appears in Kaladesh for like a split second before getting sucked back to Ixalan, and Angrath's like, whoa, you're a planeswalker too. And while he's distracted by this revelation, Hotley's able to escape. Now, Hotley doesn't know what planeswalking is, so she assumed that she had a vision. And since she saw a golden city on Kaladesh, and the only golden city that she knows of is Orazca, she assumes that's what she saw. So Hotley goes to the Emperor of the Sun Empire and tells him this, and the Emperor's all like, awesome, you should go check that out. If you can find the lost city of Orazca, I will totally make you the warrior poet. And Hotley is all like, oh yeah, that's what I want. So Hotley and Angrath are both trying to find the city of Orazca. Meanwhile, back on a random island, Jace wakes up to voices. A ship has come to the island and someone is talking to him. Jace, of course, doesn't recognize the person, but she certainly recognizes him. Her name is Vraska, and she is an assassin from Ravnica. Vraska came to Ixalan because Nicol Bolas hired her. He gave her a magic compass and told her to find the Immortal Sun. Once she did, he would make her the guild master of the Golgari, which is one of the 10 guilds of Ravnica. So Vraska came to Ixalan, and now she's stuck here too until she can find the Immortal Sun. She's about to kill Jace because she and Jace are kind of like enemies and stuff, but then she realizes that Jace doesn't remember who she is. So she doesn't need to kill Jace. Anyway, she brings Jace aboard her crew and they set sail. Vraska is planning to leave Jace at the nearest port, but before she can, they are attacked by a vampire ship. And Jace uses a bunch of cool illusions to distract the vampires, while Vraska turns them all to stone. And Vraska is surprised to learn that the new Jace isn't horrified by the petrification process. He actually thinks it's kind of cool, which is new for Vraska because everyone on Ravnica kind of treats her like she sucks all the time. So Vraska asks Jace to stick around, and Jace is like, sure. So Jace and Vraska sail around for a while looking for the Immortal Sun, and during this time Jace realizes, hey, this Vraska lady is pretty cool. And Vraska realizes that hanging out with Jace is pretty tight because now he isn't trying to arrest her for assassinating people. Anyway, they keep sailing around, and eventually the compass leads them to the coast. But before they get there, we gotta talk about a few more people. First, there is this lady, and her name is Vona. She's chilling out at Fort Andanto when this dude shows up. His name is Mavrin shows up. And Marv is all like, yo, Vona, did you hear about the snake-haired lady with the magic compass? Word is that she can find the golden city with it. And Vona's like, what? We gotta steal that, let's go. You see, the vampires are here because the vampires wanted to be immortal, which is what they're really happy with, but they're not really psyched about the part where they have to drink everybody's blood. And there's this lady, Saint Elenda, their founder, who believes that the Immortal Sun can cure them. So Elenda went looking for a lost city a really long time ago, but she never returned. Anyways, that's why these vampires are all pumped to go find the Immortal Sun. Also, there are these dudes called the River Heralds. They're a tribe of merfolk people, and they live in the rivers. And there's this dude Kopala, and this dude Kumena, and this lady whose name is Tishana. And they're like the leaders of the tribes and stuff, and they have also heard rumors of the Snake Lady and her magic compass. Now, the River Heralds have devoted themselves to protecting the lost city of Orazca, but they don't actually know where it is, which is a problem. Anyways, Kumena is all like, we gotta go find the Immortal Sun and use it against these fools for invading our land. And Tishana's all like, nah, our whole job is to make sure that nobody uses the Immortal Sun. And Kumena's like, whatever, Tishana, I'm cooler than you. Anyways, Tishana and Kumena go to the coast because they can sense something in the waves. And sure enough, Jace and Vraska's ship is approaching. And so is Vona and Marvin's ship. So T'Challa summons a big wave that destroys both ships, and as soon as she does, Kumena punches her right in the face and she gets knocked out. Anyway, Jace and Vraska set off down the river following the compass, and Vona's right behind them. And Hotly shows up on the beach and is all like, "Yo, water lady, are you okay?" And T'Challana's all like, "Yo, the Sun Empire straight up sucks, but my people betrayed me, so I need your help." So they team him up to go chase after Jace and Vraska. Anyways, Vona jumps Jace and Vraska and steals the compass, and then T'Challa and Hotly catch up with Vona and steal the compass from her. And as soon as they do, T'Challa ditches Hotly and tries to run away with the compass, but then Jace and Vraska ambush them and steal the compass. And then Angrath shows up and is all like, "Yo, dinosaur lady, do you have a moment to talk about being a planeswalker?" And Hotly's all like, "Nah," but Angrath is persistent because he really doesn't like being stuck on Ixalan. Anyways, Jace and Vraska follow the compass, and eventually they can see the spires of Orazca in the distance. As they near the city, Orazca starts to rise out of the ground, and earthquakes shake the whole region. Jace and Vraska are near the top of a waterfall, and Jace falls into the water and is about to be swept away. So Vraska goes to try and save Jace, and as she does, she starts to see all these memories of being on Ravnica. You see, the trauma of getting swept over a waterfall has somehow broke Jace's mind, and all the memories he had lost are flooding back through his head. And Jace is also unintentionally sending them to Vraska as well. And Vraska realizes that Jace is about to remember all about how they were enemies and stuff. But Vraska cares too much about Jace, so she tries to save him anyway. And that is how Ixalan ends, with Jace in mid-air. What will happen next? Will Hotly agree to work with Angrath? Will Jace turn on Vraska when he remembers who she truly is? And who will be the first to claim the Immortal Sun? We'll find out next time in Rivals of Ixalan. I've been Uncle Jeff. Thanks for watching.